Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This video is continuation of my previous video. Hope you have understood that part. Please go through that once first. Then you can understand this video very easily. So, previous video you have seen how to build connection from Uipath to SQL Server, how to configure it, how can we fetch data from Uipath Form to SQL Database. Today's video content some advanced features of Uipath Form, how to display data from SQL Database, and how to update that data, and some real-time demo of above requirements. So let's see. Previously we have built a database in this SQL server. I am showing you the design of that database. This is our database format where employee ID is primary key and this field will not allow nulls. Now go back to my project. Firstly, I have a Uipath form. I am opening the designer. In my employee code section, I have given some custom validation. So let's see. Here in the description part, I have mentioned that 2 alphabet and 3 digit code will be accepted in this field. So in the validation part, in onChange method, I have mentioned this field as required. Minimum length is 5, maximum length is 5, minimum word length is 2, maximum word length is 2. That's it. This employee ID section validation I have already mentioned in my previous video. This validation, here we need to give some regular expression pattern for this particular email ID section. In the submit button I have added some icon. This icon you can add from edit and left icon like this. Button class iClass equals to this list you will get from Google. Here is some list of the classes. According to the class name, this icon will change. Now I have given this condition. If button click equals to submit data, then I will save the data. Here I have built the connection first, then give a execute query activity where I am selecting in this SQL section I am selecting select star from my table name where employee ID is not null. As the employee ID is a unique ID, so we need to check that this particular employee exists on the particular database or not. Means in my database already the same employee IDs exist or not. For that reason we need to check first. So I am selecting all the data with the employee ID which is not null. After that I am saving this entire result from that table to a data table, that is employee DT. I have already created the data table from the variable section. This one. Now taking that data table, I am now creating a loop of that data table 1 and take the employee code once, because this employee code is column name employee code. I am collecting all the column name with employee code because this employee code means this employee code should be unique. So that's why I am taking the entire row with the employee code and save it with a value of employee code saved. Here I have already created the variable in the employee code saved section. This one. After that, I am creating a condition, that is, this employee code saved is null or empty. If this is not exist, then only this data will be inserted in the database. So after this condition, I am checking the employee code saved is null or empty. Then I am inserting the data in the database. So how can we insert the data? We need to put that execute non-query activity from here. This one. Next we need to go that property panel, and in the SQL section we need to write the query. The query is insert into your table name with the values, all the values you have created in your form. I have created all these values in my form, so I have inserted on all the values over here. Now what will happen if the employee code is already exist in this database? Then we first need to add the employee code in a list with the help of invoke code. Here I have added the employee code in a employee code list. Arguments will look like this. This is a list type of thing, and employee code is a string. Now we are checking this employee code is exist in the employee code list that we have collected from this invoke code. If the employee code is already exist, then we will open this form. This form will show you a message that is employee details already exist. By clicking these two values, you will get into that entry form again or close window. If this employee code is not exist, then in this scenario you only can insert your data. Insert your data over here like the previous method. After this, I am clearing the list values with the help of invoke code. Now in the next step, if you want to show the data to the user, like I have created one form where data submitted successfully. Do you want to see the submitted data for recheck or update? If you click that show data, means your button click equals to show data, this will be true, then it will again ask the database to show that particular data. Again you need to create the connection and execute query. Let me show the query. The query will be changed because you need to see that particular data only. So here the query will be select star from your table name where employee code equals to that particular employee code user is asking for. We already saved this employee code in our variables, so we can easily get that employee code from here. Now again we are giving a for each row and saving this output of this query string in the data table, employee data table, and loop this data table with the for each row and get each row item with employee code, first name, last name, email, means all the information we have given to the database of that particular employee code, city and also department. Again we will create a form which will look like this. It will show all the data we have collected from the database. Now I am giving here an option of update. So if anyone click on the update, again back to the flowchart, if flow decision button click equals to update, then it will go to my next section, which is the update query. First step will be same, we need to configure connection. Second step will be update query. Now checking the update query. The query will look like this: update data table, set email, that is our employee email ID, city, employee city, department, employee department, and the common field is employee code. So as this employee code is unique, so we need to check the same employee code data and update all the fields accordingly. So directly we are updating these three value: employee email, city and department. And we are saving the output records in an affected row section. We have created a output variable, affected rows, as an integer. And if this affected rows greater than 0 means some value is updated on your database, existing database, then it will give a message data updated successfully for the employee. If it is not, then it will throw an error message. So let's run this process once, then you will understand more better way and you can follow each step of this form. I will correlate the output section with this form I have created over here. So I am running this project. Firstly, it will give me the first input data which user need to fill up. Employee code must be 2 alphabet, so 3 digit. Now this red section is gone. Email ID, as I have created email validation, so here I have to give the email ID type and department, city. Okay, and now I am submitting data. Data submitted successfully, as I don't have any kind of data with that particular employee ID. I am showing you the database. So see, my entry is saved in this third field with the unique employee ID. Now user need to see this data with the help of show data. So I am clicking this show data. It will again open a form which will show the data I have saved in the database, like each field. If I need to update any data, I will click this update one and it will show me data updated successfully. Let's see, I need to change this one. I am updating this. Now I am checking this in my database. Yes, this is updated in my database. So I am closing window. So let's check one by one from starting. From starting, I have given a start node with a form from user input. This is my form. I need to fill up this. So I have given all the data and submit this one. It will then show me this one. Means if my flow decision is submit data, if it is true, then it will show me this Uipath form. Means it will connect with the database, select all the employee code from the database and check that employee code is exist or not. If it is not exist, then it will insert into the DB with the help of this execute non-query. And after that, it will open a form. Means according to the choice, it will open that form. If this employee code is already exist, then it will open this form. Employee details already exist. But if it is not, then it will execute that query. And again, if button click equals to submit data, it will open this form. Like data submitted successfully. Do you want to see? Like this. Now we are going to click show data. Now here is the condition. If button click equals to show data, then it will execute this one. Here the execute query is select all the data, again checking that employee code is exist or not. If employee code is exist, then select that data, and according to that data you can show all the other fields, employee code, first name, last name. Over here, employee code, first name, last name, email ID, department and city. Again we have another condition. If button click equals to update, means if we are clicking this update button, if it is true, then it will perform another database action, that is update the particular data of that employee ID, employee code of that particular employee code. Update email, city, department for that particular employee code. And it will show data updated successfully like this. If we are clicking OK, then it will again open that form and we can update any of this. And if we click the update, then this update query will execute and show us the result. Now if we again click that submit new, then this form will again open. Here is the condition. If button click equals to submit new data, if we click that submit new data button, then again this form will open, means that first one. So with the help of this, we can create new data in database, view that particular data with a particular unique ID, and also update that particular data. And all the updates will reflect in our database. So if you have any query, you can write down to the comment box. And this is more or less database action that we can do from SQL aspects. So in my next video, I will explain something new topic regarding Uipath. So as of now, bye. If you like this video, then please subscribe my channel. Thank you.